So businesses really value their partnership with School Connect. And the reason that is because there are a lot of businesses in our community that want to get involved in schools, but just don't know how. They don't know what the needs are. They don't know how to build those trusting relationships. And oftentimes things are changing at schools dynamically. And just about the time they make a breakthrough, all of a sudden things change and they have to start over again. And so what we have found is one of the benefits of the School Connect model is that businesses are able to reach out to us, cast the vision of what they're wanting to do to support schools, which in turn will support communities. And oftentimes we already have trusted relationships. We already have an understanding of what the schools need, that we can help those businesses execute on their vision to get involved in schools much quicker than they could do it independently. And so today we want to kind of look at that angle of what School Connect brings to the community and how we help businesses build stronger partnerships with schools, which in turn allow the businesses to be a better member of the community and everyone have a win-win experience. So Tracy, how are we going to have that conversation today?
Yeah, so we're so honored to have our great friend John Dowd with Core Construction with us. We've been working with Core and with John for many, many years. And one of the things that I'll never forget you saying to me, John, way back several years ago, was that, yes, we build schools. You know, that's our job. That's our business. And of course, we love to do that and want to do that more and more and more. But we also want to influence students right in those seats right now. You want to say, not only are we building schools, we're also building kids, right? And so I just wanted to invite you to talk about what's the power of business engagement in local schools?
Definitely, yeah, and I think that's obviously something I'm still very passionate about and believe in. And our team at Core, that's what we strive to do, is really be that all-around community builder. So not just in the business of building buildings, but building community around those schools that we're building. And obviously, a school is really the heartbeat of those communities. And so I think the value of bringing community, bringing business into the schools is a win-win for all. And obviously, School Connect, your guys' strength is one of the many strengths is listening. You guys know the needs of everything that's around those school campuses, whether it's a public school, a private school, a charter. There's needs on all these campuses, and you guys know those needs. And so there's that picture of the village coming around and supporting those schools. Well, each person brings their own strength to the table as part of that village. And so you've got the ones that come with the time and the treasure and the talents. And so from a business perspective and that side of things that we look at it from Core's perspective is we're a general contractor here in the Valley. And so what we're bringing to the table is at time, it's obviously financial resources to help support, sponsor, no matter how big or how small financially it may be us giving, it's making an impact that goes so much further than you'd ever imagine on a campus, whether it's the covering a coffee truck to help with teacher retention, and that may be a roughly $400 to $500 commitment, but that's impacting close to 80 different teachers across that entire campus. And then in turn, you get about 80 thank you cards after the fact about how appreciative they were for that. And if you want to dive even further and get more involved with those campuses, you can do a Love Our Schools Day and create some kind of a, whether it's implementing their garden program and kind of enhancing the spaces for the garden club, or if it's, simply writing thank you notes to teachers for everything that they're doing and going through, or if it's even just beautifying the campus, picking up trash, just allowing it to be an environment that when teachers and students return, that they know that they're loved and they're appreciated. It's really something that I think warms the hearts of us as a business getting to give back to our community, but also warms the hearts of those receiving it on the other end. And so I really can't encourage businesses to come and support their communities and their schools more than through the model that School Connect has kind of put before us.
So grateful for that, John. And as you look at it from a business perspective, what does a business receive as they work with School Connect to engage with schools?
Yeah, so as a business, obviously we have to stay afloat as a business, right? And so one of the big things that we're constantly doing is relationship building. And so day in and day out, we're looking to build relationships, and we do all public-based work. And so we're building relationships with public entities, one of those being public schools here in Arizona. And so relationship building is key. And that's something that obviously School Connect is a networking nonprofit in a sense. And so they're bringing that to the table for us. But also what it does for our employees, I think, is the more meaningful side of it, is allowing our employees to get more connected with our schools and the schools that they live in those very communities of. So I think the part that I would say warms kind of the hearts of our company and our employees the most is when they can get back into those classrooms and those communities that they've built these relationships with from prior projects, or if they're just looking to start a new relationship, with a community they may have just moved into. School Connect, one of the strengths it's allowed for us is to get into those communities and allow our employees to, I think, feel fulfilled, and then also just kind of seeing the outcome of the fruits of your labor, I guess, on what it does for you internally when you give and love on a school campus, and just seeing the joy from the teachers' perspectives, the students' perspectives, the relationships that you're building out there with the community, with the district, with students, with teachers, you name it. So I think those are kind of the two perspectives or two benefits that we see. Obviously, from the business side of things, is that relationship building and just being informed about what's coming to fruition, whether it's a new project, a new build or a rebuild or a renovation, helping us keep track and kind of track those projects upcoming, but also kind of the other side of it, where it's our own employee retention program, in essence, of getting out into the community, giving back, and really just kind of fulfilling our employees at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. One of the things I so appreciate about CORE is that you're literally all over the state. And so that means you care about schools not only in Maricopa County, where there's all kinds of activity, but you also care about places like Chinle and Holbrook and Globe and Cochise County, all these places. And so one of the things I've loved about working with CORE is that we can kind of dream about how to continue to go to those places that maybe are less common, that a lot of those rural and tribal districts don't get that many resources that come to them. And CORE has been an incredible asset to really help those superintendents feel heard and seen and valued in the state of Arizona. So just wanted to say thank you, John, for the way that CORE has done that, and you personally have invested that way as well. And I guess I'm wondering, Dr. Johnson, you're here as our chair of our board. You want to join this conversation?
I do, Tracy. Thank you for that opportunity. So, John, on behalf of the Board of Directors of School Connect, I just want to offer our sincere thank you to you personally and professionally for everything you've done to support the School Connect team. Thank you to CORE Construction for their ongoing and significant support. So much of what we do at School Connect could not be possible without supporters and sponsors like CORE Construction. So please let everyone there know how much we appreciate their ongoing support. I happen to know that you're a new dad, so the idea of working for long-term benefits, someday your son is going to be in a classroom, and I know that you want him to be in a really vibrant school community. So there are going to be people listening to this who haven't yet partnered with School Connect. What could you say to them that would encourage them to donate financially to support the work of School Connect, or to volunteer and invest their own time?
Yes, no, definitely. I think the one of the kind of key phrases that stood out to me was when you said long term. And as I was thinking about this interview, one of the notes that I had made was just long term generational impact, I think, is what School Connect's doing. And so the work that all of us are putting in right now, whether it's School Connect or your partners, it's all for how it's going to benefit students, classrooms, campuses long term, right? That generational impact that it can have for future generations to come. And so I think actually today is our son, he's 4 months old today. And so just visioning that in another, say, 4 years, and another 3 years, he could be entering into some kind of a pre-K kindergarten classroom in essence. And so what do we want to be? How do we want those classrooms to be shaped and those environments to be shaped? And how do we want the communities to surround him while he's at school, right? And have builders come into the classroom and do a STEAM lesson, or have a nurse or a firefighter come into the classroom, talk about their career fields. And so I think for business partners, as a nonprofit, as School Connect is, they are only as successful as the support that they receive, whether it's from grant funding, from business support, the local community support. And so I think if you want to make a long-term generational impact on not only your local community, but your local schools, School Connect is that one-stop shop. And the reach that your impact or that your contribution makes is, as Tracy said, covering the entire state of Arizona. It's not just right here in central Phoenix, in the heart of Phoenix, but it's reaching into rural Arizona, which we know the challenges that we've all seen in rural Arizona. And it's also reaching our tribal lands now, which I think is even more exciting to see what's happening in some of the tribal lands in northern Arizona and southern Arizona. So knowing that a contribution or a donation on behalf of your corporation or business isn't just stopping right here in the valley, unless that's where your target area is, obviously. But if you want to make a broader, larger reach, you can cover the entire state of Arizona by supporting School Connect.
John, thank you so much for investing the time to share your experience with School Connect and the value that you're seeing it bring to your business, but also, how you're seeing it's having an impact in the future, which is going to benefit the generations to come, as we talked about. And I think all of us can agree that when we invest in our students, it has a great ROI. So regardless of what we're looking to do, it all starts at the school and the community. So if you're interested in joining School Connect and what we do, you can go to our website, www.schoolconnectaz.org. You'll get all the information that you need there to determine what your next steps are. You also can send us an email if you prefer at info@schoolconnectaz.org. And you can tell us specifically how you want to get involved and how you want to partner with us, either financially, or maybe you have some resources, or you want to volunteer, or you want to bring School Connect to your local school. Reach out to us because we're ready to connect with you. Until next time.